a happy guy. He's staying positive. Brandon Marshall, Nick Wright.
I'd forgotten.
We got a bunch of. Hey, we got a week left in the NFL and still so many questions to be answered. Maybe, perhaps not last night. Why don't we start there first? Monday Night Football, Bills, Patriots. More like Bills. A week after wrapping up the AFC East, how about Buffalo putting a little cherry on top with a good old-fashioned beatdown of New England? Sorry, Wilds. 4 touchdowns for Josh Allen. Another big night for him is the Bills completing the first season sweep of the New England Patriots in 1999 when a certain reporter on this show was covering that Bills team. I'll let you guess who. It was me. Bills cruise on Monday night, 38-9. Brandon, why don't we start with the Bills angle first? And let's start with Josh Allen. You've been on Josh Allen's bandwagon for a number of weeks now. Is he proving he can carry this team to a Super Bowl?
I think he is. I said it yesterday that this is the only team that can contend with the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Like, and I talk about their offense, what they can do offensively, and how they can keep up with the Chiefs. And defensively, they started out this season with some huge problems on the defensive line. They were beat up at the linebacker position. They were beat up at the cornerback position. They get healthier. Leslie Frazier gets hot. And now you're seeing a team that can contend. This is a really good team. Josh Allen looked phenomenal last night. Stephon Diggs looked phenomenal last night. Brian Daboll, who I've been talking about for a couple of weeks, looked phenomenal last night. This looks like a team that is ready to play ball and that's going to be dangerous in the postseason. I really like what I'm seeing out of the Buffalo Bills, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Josh Allen. You know, this is a kid that was drafted, in the first round, 7th overall pick in 2008, coming in with so many question marks, inconsistencies all over the board. But now we're looking at this kid of probably being a top 4 quarterback in the National Football League. When you look at the numbers, he's completing more passes. His completion percentage is higher than Patrick Mahomes. He's right there from a quarterback QBR rating, right there with Patrick Mahomes. This dude is phenomenal. If he can continue to protect the ball, the Buffalo Bills not only will be good in the playoffs, but also for years to come because Josh Allen is that good.
All right, so let's talk about Josh Allen because last night, obviously, he was exceptional. And there is no equivocation. There is no but with that. He was great last night. And it was, I would argue, his 5th great, like not just good, but great game of the season. And when he plays like that and the Bills look like that, of course they look like a contender. So, Nick, why do you not believe in the Bills? Why do you think the idea that he is a top 4 quarterback, like my mind is blown by, and Brandon's not the only person saying that. Right now he's 3rd in MVP odds behind obviously Mahomes and Rodgers. And here's why. Because as much as the Bills Mafia and Bills fans will try to pretend this is not true, what is unequivocally true about Josh Allen this year, not historically, not the playoff game where he's throwing over-the-head laterals, this year is week to week, you do not know what you're going to get. This is his passer rating by game. If you took just his 5 best games of the year, he'd be the league MVP. If you took his 5 worst games of the year, he'd be a bottom 5 starting quarterback by passer rating. And for the Buffalo Bills to make the Super Bowl, he is going to need 3 consecutive games. Forget win the Super Bowl, just make it 3 straight games where that chart is way above that 100 level. I do not think he can do that in the postseason. And so do I give the Bills credit for what looks like it's going to be a 13-3 season? Absolutely. Do I think they might have the best top-to-bottom coaching staff, as Brandon's been pointing out all year long, in football? Sure. Is Josh Allen proving to be far better than I thought he was coming out of the University of Wyoming when he was honorable mention Mountain West? Yes. Do I think they are a Super Bowl threat? No. Not right now, not this season, not with that inconsistency from their most important player, Wilds.
Okay, but here's the thing, buddy. You should be a little bit scared of Stephon and Josh because, take it from your old buddy Kevin Wilds. I wasn't scared of the Bills for 20 years. And there was a play last night. It was an incompletion with J.C. Jackson that happened here. And I was like, oh, no, J.C., you should be in the Pro Bowl, but don't do this. Don't do this. Next thing you know, touchdown city, Brandon. Went for 3 touchdowns, 145 yards. He does even a little trash talk here, and thankfully he stumbles to not further humiliate. He's like, I'll try a little bit of stumble, or it would have been worse. So Brandon, 3 touchdowns, 145 yards, and I think there's a little bit of a debate who's the best wide receiver, in the NFL. Stephon's number 1 in receptions. He's number 1 in yards, and look at this illustrious panel of AFC East. He's putting up a historic season with some all-time greats like Randy Moss, Marvin Harrison, the great Wes Welker, and the one and only Brandon Marshall. So he's right there.
I love it.
You might just have to support him for the AFC East fraternity. You got to say he's the number 1 guy, Brandon.
You know what? We may have to. It seems like every single week we're talking about a new receiver. I appreciate the love, man. Look, not too many people talk about my career, so I appreciate when you guys do. Definitely enjoy playing in the National Football League. But look, I had Stephon Diggs this offseason at my facility, and he is a difference maker. He makes the trainers better. He makes the other guys around better. We had guys from the Las Vegas Raiders. We had the Cleveland Browns in the house. We had Miami Dolphins in the house. We had wide receivers, tight ends, and cornerbacks from all over. Kansas City Chiefs. And when I tell you, when this guy gets on the field, the intensity level goes up. He demands excellence. My only concern with Stephon Diggs was, bro, look, when you step on the field, your intensity goes to a whole nother level, and it can rub people the wrong way. So you're going into a new situation. I just need you to make sure that you check your emotions so you don't run yourself out the door, because people don't understand how high you run emotionally every single day. And I truly believe that Stephon Diggs is probably the biggest difference maker in the Buffalo Bills, because when you